you don't want someone to cheat on you, you have to make sure there's reasons there for them not to cheat on you. You know, don't become nitpicky. You know, don't let yourself go and have scraggly hair and stop taking care of yourself and things like that. Don't start spending money all the time. You know, don't start drinking a lot. Don't change anything that attracted that person to you. You know, problems you're going to work out together, which will come up in compromising. Or problems you'll work out together, and that'll only make your relationship stronger. At least it should. Now, one of the other things that causes people to be unfaithful is continuously arguing. Arguing about money, arguing about the kids, arguing about work, arguing about this, that, and the other. The person loses sight of the person that they met. Their personality changes. You know, they don't want to be with that person anymore, and so they start looking for something that's greener on the other side of the fence. Don't always argue. You don't have to argue every time there is a problem. Okay? And again, that goes into compromising. But you don't have to argue every time there's a problem. Take a breather. Even if you have to take a piece of paper and say, okay, this is the problem. Alright? Let's step back and we'll take a few minutes, cool our heels, you know, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what the problem is. You know, if you argue about it, you know, it's only going to make it worse, because then somebody's going to feel like they're not getting their side, and it's just going to create anger. And you have to realize that people don't have an erasable brain. I don't care what anybody says. You don't have an erasable brain, okay? Once it's there, it's always there. Even if it's in your subconscious, it's always there. So every time you have an argument, that builds up. Argument, 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 argument. So after a while, you got these whole string of arguments, and the person starts thinking, well, we're going to friggin' argue again. And as soon as the other person opens their mouth, it's like, now what? And it becomes an argument. Learn not to argue all the time. You're going to have arguments, but learn not to argue all the time. That is not the way to solve problems. That is not the way to hold a relationship together. That is not the way to show that you love somebody. Okay, but that will go into compromising, but it also causes people to get tired of being with the ones that they are with, and they want to go out and find somebody that they're not arguing with. You know, they don't nag them, they don't gripe, they don't complain, or they don't whatever, you know. It takes away the desire of being with somebody else, okay? The third thing I can think of that causes people to be unfaithful is money. And money affects every part of your relationship. It affects commitment, dedication, faithfulness, compromisation. That's my word and I like it. Compromisation. Compromising. I like to make my own words. Makes me feel smart. You know, it affects all areas of a relationship. And if you don't want problems with money, find ways to solve those money problems, you know. I mean, there are countless things to do out there in today's world. If you're committed and dedicated, and you see that there is a problem with something, you will solve that problem. For instance, money. You can't pay the bills. Okay, well, how are you going to make more money? Well, you already work 5 days a week, 10 hours a day. What else can you do? Well, you're going to sit down on Saturdays and bull crap around and not do anything? Well, no. You can take Saturdays and you can do computer businesses. Anybody can learn how to do it. Even somebody who didn't graduate high school can learn how to do it. It's easy. You can go to flea market or yard sales, you know. Find stuff at yard sales, sell it on eBay, you know. Sell it in garage sales, sell it at flea markets. You can learn how to do, you know, crafts of stuff that people, you know, like to buy. Sell those. I mean, there's ways of making money if you want to make money, you know, and doing it legally. I'm sure some people will do it illegally, but I'm saying do it legally. I don't want to see nobody go to jail because of me, you know. But there's ways of solving the money problem. Cut back. Instead of renting a movie every single day, watch TV a couple days a week, you know, or rent movies on the weekends, you know. Instead of, you know, having to buy the best name brand of corn, buy the cheaper corn. It's still corn, you know. That is a big problem with people. Everybody has to have the highest quality of stuff when the low quality, so-called low quality, is just as good, you know. And they spend a lot of money, they waste a lot of money, and that causes problems, you know. If you're going to go to the store, go to the store and get everything you need. Don't make 5 trips to the store, you know. There's lots of ways to solve your money problems, okay? If both people have to work, then both people have to work. That's just the way it is. In this society, it's very rare where someone does not have to work unless the husband makes $100,000 a year. So money will cause one of the two people to, again, look for something either greener on the other side of the fence, or look for themselves to be alone simply so they can get out of that situation of always having to worry about money. Money causes arguments. Arguments causes anger. Anger causes resentment. Resentment causes people to want to separate. It doesn't hold a relationship together, you know. There are ways to, like I said, I'm repeating myself, because it's really cut and dry when it comes to money. There's ways of solving the money problem if you really want to, you know. It depends on how willing you are to go out and do it, but that's where commitment and dedication comes in. If you really want to solve the money problem, you'll do the best you can to find a way to solve it. And it may not work out the way you want it to, but every little bit helps, you know. You just have to keep chopping at the tree till it falls down, you know, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be. So those are my takes on commitment, dedication, and faithfulness. You know, if you're committed to somebody, you don't give up on them. You know, you try everything you can to make that relationship work until you realize there's nothing left to try. Dedication means you give 100% and 110% of yourself. Every bit of yourself into making that relationship work and making that relationship strong, and to showing that person how much you love them. And faithful being you have absolutely under no circumstances any reason of wanting to be with somebody else other than the person that you love. And you must really be in love with that person in order for these 3 things to work. If they're not working, then you're obviously not truly in love with them. So I hope these helped out. You know, I'm no expert. I'm just trying to give my opinion, see if I can help people, you know, to keep them going through the things that I've been going through, because I hate to see people's relationships fall apart. So send me comments, send me emails, whatever you feel like you want to do, and y'all have a good evening. Peace.